Hello, everybody. My name is Marsh, and this is my review of episode 5 of season 2 of The Wheel of Time. Let's jump into it. Okay, episode 5. This is going to be a spoiler filled review, so if you haven't seen the episode yet, feel free to click off and come back. And other than that, if you could leave a like and subscribe if you end up enjoying the video, that'd be greatly appreciated. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Sorry if I'm speaking a bit softly, I got a sore throat, so I might have to do some ASMR really close to the mic today. So I'll give you some of the pros, some of the cons, what I thought about the episode, and we'll take it from there. There won't be any spoilers for any books past what is already been shown in the series, but let's go ahead and get started. So as far as the episode goes itself, I think this might be my favorite episode so far. I know I said that last week. I actually think season 2 is doing a good job of building on top of itself from episode to episode. Partly why this is one of the better episodes, in my opinion, is because we're not focusing on the weaker storylines, that being Lan and also Mat and Min. They weren't even in the episode at all. So we had none of the weak storylines in the first place, which were a lot of the ones where I had a lot of cons coming into place. And so with those out of the way, it was hard to find a lot of complaints. I mean, there's like some CGI stuff, obviously, but we'll just take it storyline by storyline, and I'll talk about what happened, what I liked, what I didn't like. So the episode started out with the Shan-Chan and Forsaken in Falm, and we're seeing like Turok and Suroth and how like this society works with their nails and all that stuff. For people who aren't too familiar, it's like a learning process, I guess, for that if they've never read the books before. But it's pretty close. I mean, for the most part, there are some like minor differences maybe between it, but the way they're portraying the Shan-Chan isn't too off for the most part. You have like the veils, the speakers, the nails, um, certain things are doing like the domain with the collars. So they're doing a decent job, I would say, in that. I think this episode we could finally see sorta where they're combining a lot of the plots and bringing some stuff in from Dragon Reborn. We'll get to that later with a different characters plot. But yeah, it starts out with the Forsaken and the Shan-Chan, and I don't mind it. Um, I don't really care for like Padon Fane randomly hopping up and just like handing over the horn and stuff. Um, I think my main issue with that is with Ishmael being there, because if the Forsaken already had the horn, then like it kills a lot of the purpose. They could just hide it at this point for like the final battle and protect themselves. So I don't really get why they did that per se. At least with having Ishmael present during it, we'll see how it goes. I mean I get why they did it, but I don't know if I agree. Other than that, though, we don't really get any other screen time with like Padon Fane, but we do see Suroth later talking to Ishmael, and we see like the connection between the Forsaken and people who take the oath with the Forsaken. How she's like trying to talk back at certain moments, and then he's like, "Remember your oaths" and stuff like that. And so it's a good representation for future stuff that we'll see with other people that may be um, Dark Ones. Next, we cut back to the storyline with Lanfear, Rand, and Moiraine. Even though I don't like the decisions they're making with Moiraine in terms of their character, which is a lot of stuff from season 1 is what I don't like, I'm fine with how they did this like chase scene and everything. Um, where they went with it eventually, with like Rand going back in the dream, I don't know what they're trying to do exactly with that. We'll have to see and find out. I don't mind the characterization they're bringing towards Moiraine. The one thing I do think they're doing good is showing how ruthless she is in terms of achieving her goals and doing what she needs to fulfill the prophecy and help Rand. Because she is ruthless in that sense, where she will do whatever it takes. I can't say much spoilers, but she'll do whatever it takes to protect Rand. And so they're doing that a good job of that with like the horse. And I like how they're portraying Lanfear as well, and the Forsaken and Lanfear being ruthless. I mean, the lady who's like, "I won't tell a soul," and they like cover her mouth. I mean, she could still like write what happened, so that doesn't really do much. She just killed her off. That's just me being pedantic or whatever. But yeah, I like how they're doing the portrayal of everything. I enjoyed the scene between Ishmael and Lanfear as well. Them talking, because that's a common thing in Teleron Riyadh, Forsaken talking to each other. So it's good to see how it goes and setting up like the politics, and they already know they're gonna betray each other, and they're all just like slimy backstabbers, and they're not really working together, but they are. So it's good to see like that they're setting that up. Other than that, the decisions being made with them, like Rand going back to embrace Lanfear, I don't really know how to feel about that per se. We'll have to see where they go with it. I don't know if I agree with it per se, but I mean, we'll see what happens. And then like Moiraine, like I said, I like her characterization. I just still don't like what they're doing with her power. I think I have a theory for how she's gonna get her power back, actually, but I can't say because spoilers. We'll move on to the other story. I wanted to talk about Perrin a bit, and eventually Avienda. So I see what they're doing. They're combining a few different things with what Perrin going back to this town. So he goes back to this town, and he's freeing Avienda, and I think what that's supposed to be is in Dragon Reborn. He frees like another wolf brother, and I don't remember exactly, but I think it might have been another Aiel he freed. I don't think it was. I don't think it was Avienda. I'm pretty sure Avienda first met like the girls on the road, I want to say, and they helped like heal a wound for Avienda and who was with Avienda. I don't remember exactly. It's been a long time. So remind me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure this wasn't how it happened. But I see what they're doing. They're combining Perrin freeing the Aiel in a cage with Avienda and bringing her in earlier with the story and cutting off that plot line on Dragon Reborn. And then they're also setting up what they skipped with the White Cloaks and like Hopper and Bella and Egwene. So in the first book, like Perrin kills some White Cloaks before they're captured and they escape, and then Dane Bornhold like keeps a grudge. Well, the grudge is around something else that I can't mention yet, but like everyone has a grudge on Perrin because of this. And I see they're kind of like moving. I feel like that scene with Perrin and using it with Avienda, I guess he didn't like use wolves or have the wolves protect him per se, but I think that's what they're trying to do is combine those like three things into one. As far as Avienda, I like the portrayal so far. Like in terms of how she speaks, they're doing the Aiel accurate, I guess. I was also paying attention during the fight scene, making sure she's not using any swords. She did pick up an axe, but it's not a sword, because the Aiel aren't allowed to use swords in their culture. They can use like daggers and spears. That's like their main thing. I guess they could use an axe, but she didn't pick up a sword, so that she passed that. They paid attention at least. But yeah, I like how they portrayed her so far. They explain like Ji'ito, the threefold land, the Karakarn. They put a lot of like lore stuff in there and reasoning behind the Aiel. So we'll have to see where they go with it. Other than like ingratiating her in the group earlier, not sure what they're doing with her. We'll have to see, but it's all leading up to meet at Falme for the conclusion. Speaking of Falme, we'll go to the girls plotline. So we have Liandrin and the three girls, the super girls. This happens in the books. They go through the ways. They get captured by the Stranchan, and then Nynaeve. I don't remember. Sorry, it's been years. I don't remember if it was just Nynaeve and Elaine, or just Nynaeve, or Nynaeve and Elaine that escaped. I know Nynaeve definitely escaped. Egwene definitely gets collared and captured. That's in the books. How it goes down per se may not be the same, and Liandrin doesn't really do this like freeing thing. I believe they just escape normally, but they're trying to still make Liandrin like sympathetic towards Nynaeve and like have her have a connection. I don't know if I agree with it, because it's like when Nynaeve comes back, she'll just be like, yo, this lady's a Black Aja. Like, I don't know what they're supposed to do. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm fine with everything happening so far. They got to Falme. They're working on trying to save them, and they got captured by the Yellow Aja and her warder, and they're like helping protect them from the Shanchan, who are searching for people who can use the power so they can make more domains. We have her getting collared at the end, Lanfear, everything building up, and we can see where it's going with Falme, and it's happening like the Great Hunt happens. I still don't know how they're going to combine all the Dragon Reborn in here. I think my only guess is maybe Rand isn't going to be at Falm and he's just going to go straight to Tyr, and they're just going to like go to Tyr after. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that. But yeah, in terms of cons, not many cons to be honest. I think this might be the best episode so far, just because they didn't focus on all the crappy character lines that they made in the other ones. There's a few other cons with like Moraine, but that I feel like it's due to previous season stuff. But I think it's a step up overall so far in the season, and you can definitely tell it's better than season 1 for sure. Overall, though, let me know what you think about the episode in the comments down below. If you could leave a like and subscribe, though, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.